What is up, everybody? I hope you guys are all having a great day. Tons and tons and tons of information coming out. We've got the group of 20 Bank for International Settlements Tech Sprint finalists, one of which is Ripple, one of which is a group including Stellar. I've got to give a shout out to GDLT, Ledger City Radio, for that. I was in a Twitter Spaces yesterday, and he had mentioned that. Here is the announcement right here. It came out yesterday. Well, actually, yeah, yesterday. I'm sorry, I'm reading the date backwards. Bank for International Settlement Innovation Hub and Bank Indonesia announced finalists of the Group of 20 Tech Sprint on a central bank digital currency challenge. Now, this is broken out into three different problem statements here. You can see under problem statement 1, building effective and robust means to issue, distribute, and transfer CBDCs. You've got R3, you've got Ripple, you've got a group that includes Stellar, eCurrency, and ANZ. You've got Fidelity Information Services. That name should definitely ring a bell. They have lots of different distributed ledger technology integrations, including Ripple. MasterCard, who we know has worked with Ripple in the past. Bitmint, etc. And then problem statement 2, solutions to enable financial inclusion. There's probably a lot of stuff to deep dive in through all of this. Problem statement 3, improving connectivity and interoperability. Same thing. So how massive is it? I mean, to think a couple of years ago, to think that the G20, now we've seen all of these news announcements, but the G20 is essentially Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, South Korea, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, the UK, the US, and the European Union. How crazy is it to think that the G20 is literally saying the group of finalists include 2 blockchain initiatives that have native assets that we all talk about on a consistent basis, including R3, including Fidelity Information Services, MasterCard, etc. So pretty cut and dry where this ends up in the future, in my opinion. Moving forward, hypocrisy. The judge has denied the Securities and Exchange Commission's motion to keep the Hinman documents secret in the Ripple case. Now, this is a statement here. The hypocrisy in arguing to the court on the one hand that the Hinman speech is not relevant to the market's understanding of how the Securities and Exchange Commission will regulate cryptocurrency, but on the other hand, that Hinman sought and obtained legal advice from Securities and Exchange Commission counsel in drafting his speech, suggests that the SEC is adopting a litigation position to further its desired goal and not out of a faithful allegiance to the law. And that desired goal is overstepping the boundaries of control in this space. So, yep, I think that we are making certain progress within this Ripple lawsuit, and it's nice to see that the judge is actually, making some moves towards truth and towards transparency. It's been very apparent that we've seen that there's quite a bit of hypocrisy going on with Hinman's statements versus his actions, and same thing with how the SEC has acted. So, all right, moving forward here. Inflation hitting its 4-decade peak in June, 9.1%. We were expecting to have massive shocks throughout the cryptocurrency market, and surprisingly enough, we've got Bitcoin still holding critical support right around that $19,500 level. We did wick below it again. We did not wick as low as we did a couple of weeks ago, so it will be very interesting to see how this week plays out. Everything is still sitting on critical support right now. Nothing has changed until it changes, and you guys know that I have kind of taken that other stance by stating that I think that we probably have bottomed. Not saying that we can't go lower. But until that's proven to be the case, here we are sitting at critical support. It will be very interesting to watch how this plays out. Again, you guys, if you have a plan and you're planning to stick to it, great. If you don't have a plan and you're just going by what 99% of the other people are saying, that's your decision as well. I had a plan, I stuck to it. My plan might not be right, but I'm willing to swallow it and take it for how it's going. But we are still sitting on critical support right now. Obviously, the week has not closed yet. All right. Russia's industrial giant Rostec announces blockchain-based alternative to SWIFT. Now, this is a Russian manufacturing and technology conglomerate developing a system allowing the processing of international settlements and storage of digital currency. This isn't the first time that we've seen Russia potentially making moves towards blockchain, because you can kind of look back here. I found this a while back. This is a study that was performed by the Central Bank of Russia, literally talking about XRP potentially, or the model of the Ripple platform being considered as the basis for starting work on creating a system of cross-border settlements. I believe this came out last year. They talk very much so about XRP within here. You can go back and look at that older video that I did, but Central Bank of Russia certainly has tested RippleNet, certainly has tested XRP in the past. Everything kind of is very interesting to watch playing out, including this. I talk a lot about, seeing a lot of the synergy between some of these partners and the relationships they're making between both Stellar and Ripple. One of those is Thunes, and this came out today. So this is July 12, 2022. Thunes partners with Atajawafa Bank. I'm probably got that wrong. Expanding bank payout services across Morocco. Talks about the enabling of nearly 30 million bank account owners in Morocco to now receive inbound payments directly to their accounts. Thunes' global customers will have the ability to send seamless, cost-effective, and real-time payments to bank accounts in Morocco. Thunes is connected to Atajawafa Bank via Ripple, the leader in enterprise and blockchain solutions, in its global financial technology, RIPPLENET. The connection of RIPPLENET and Thunes will allow Atajawafa Bank customers to receive transfers from around the world initiated through the Thunes network in a matter of a few seconds. Other Moroccan banks customers can be reached using the local clearing system. Very interesting. If you look back at Thunes, they've made a lot of interesting relationships, recently. We do know that Thunes has connectivity into RippleNet, one of which is PayPal's Zoom back in October 2021. One of which is RIA Money Transfer, which was in 2020, which is certainly tied in with RippleNet as well. You can see Transfer2, which rebranded into Thunes, partnering with Stellar back in 2018 for international money transfers. You can see that breakdown of how Transfer2 kind of split between DTone and Thunes for cross-border payments. All right, two things before I end this. Hedera Hashgraph putting out a very interesting read on post-quantum cryptocurrency solutions. We know quantum computing, which we have heard represents a threat to blockchain and distributed ledgers. I would recommend you guys going on and reading this. I will post this in the description of this video. Last but not least, somebody, and I forget who it was that posted this, stated that this is one of the more interesting charts that they've seen in crypto. This is the Quant versus Bitcoin chart. So this is Quant in relationship to Bitcoin. This is going back to August of 2018. Now, what's interesting to me is you can look at some of these rises and measure them out from the bottoms, to the tops of their individual cycles. We have like a 62% gain there. This last cycle, we had basically a 40% gain there. So, just for craps and giggles there, if I was to do a 20% gain, that essentially is going to put Quant at a 3.7 million Satoshi price. Currently, Quant is sitting at 435,000 Satoshis. If you're not aware, Bitcoin is measured in Satoshis, XRP measured in drops, etc., etc. But, if it was at a 3 million Satoshi price point, or 0.03 of a Bitcoin, and if you think about where Bitcoin could go to by 2024, 2025, I know a lot of people will say very low or zero. I don't think that that's going to be the case. Let's say Bitcoin gets to $115,000, $120,000, not financial advice. Multiply that by 0.03. You could potentially get some ideas where we're at. Number one, last market cycle, we peaked pretty much right at 1 million Satoshis. Do I think we're going to get back there? More than likely, especially with the cross that we've just had on the EMA. So it'll be interesting. I think that we've got time still. The market is still very fragile right now. Like I said before in a Twitter post yesterday, I think people might have time to accumulate Quant if it goes down or if it corrects down to previous levels. But it will be interesting to watch play out. It's one of the heavy hitters that I believe in the future. Again, that's just my beliefs. You should do your own research into Quant, into kind of the interoperability aspects of what's going to need to occur whenever we actually have utilization in this space. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Interesting to see that we're actually getting some traction with the Ripple court case now. Very interesting to see the shortlisted finalists, the 21 finalists, within the Bank for International Settlements Innovation Hub for the Group of 20 tech sprint. Every day, every single day, we see so much adoption. We see so much news in this space. I know it's boring right now. I know it's hard to sit through. I know everybody might be fearful that we're going to go lower. I've said before, I think if we go lower, it's going to be a massive opportunity. But it is kind of just that waiting game right now, because even if we have bottomed, that's my opinion, but I could be wrong. Certainly could be wrong. Even if we have bottomed, there is generally a pretty heavy accumulation period after a bottom. And if we haven't bottomed, there's going to be a pretty heavy accumulation period after capitulation. The only time we haven't really had that, or didn't really have that, was kind of after that March of 2020 crash. It's kind of the outlier there between that. So regardless, there's opportunities abound right now. Do your own research. Your due diligence is going to be more important than anybody else's due diligence in this space. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will talk to you when I talk to you. Bye.